Assalamu alaikum everyone and good morning. Did you have a bit snack? How do you feel? Great. So I'm going to share today a bit of my story, hoping that it can make a difference in somebody's life. So let me start with an incident that happened with me somewhere around 10 to 12 years ago. I was part of Cisco at that time, and I had my very first trip to US. And guess what? What happens when people go to US? They have a great time in Vegas. I was with my friends. I had a wonderful opportunity to go to places there. However, I was one of the persons who had selected to do a crazy activity, and I was getting married after 2 months. So apparently I was crazy enough, okay, once when my life was on track, I was seeing things were going well with the planning, and very happily in love, I planned to go for skydive. And while we were signing up documents over there, giving consent, because it's that time it was world's highest skydive. So at that time when we were giving our consents, 2 of the people from my group passed off. They were like, we can't, we don't want to go for it. One girl, she backed out when we were doing the practice. She said, no, I can't do it. What if, because they said that, you have to stick together, and just in case the parachute doesn't open. And she's like, why did you say that statement? And she said, I'm not going. So we were left with just 3 people, out of which I had no reason to go, but I did. But while I was in the jet, and the first person took the fall with the trainer, that's when my life started coming in front of my eyes. ये मैं क्या कर रही हूँ? दिमाग खराब हो गया मेरा. I'm on a wonderful job, getting such a great payment, and I have everything in the life that I could have. I'm a wonderful guy that finally I had manipulated to marry me, because I'm one crazy person out there. And why am I going for this? And just when I was having that thought, the second person took the leap, and my trainer, I started giving him my hands up in this way that, I need to stop. And he started giving me high five. Yes, we are going. And I went, no, I don't want to go. And yes, Erum, awesome. I like your energy, Erum. I like your energy. And that was the day I realized people find it difficult to differentiate whether you are freakingly scared or happy if they don't know you well. So if you're from a very different culture, they think ye iski khushi hai. But I was actually having a panic attack. And I took that fall. That was the best thing in my life. Best thing in my life, that I could see the horizon. This was my first skydive. That I could see the horizon. I couldn't scream because I was so busy watching what it was. A dream that we all would have all our lives, to fly. And it doesn't matter that there was a man attached to my back, but still, I was flying. I was in the air. There was nothing to care, and I think it felt like lots of minutes, but actually it was just hardly a couple of seconds. And when I landed, I thanked God that I experienced it. And honestly, when I was landing, it was just probably fraction of second when I got the scare, okay, what if I couldn't land well? But the whole experience was amazing. This episode has taught me that it's okay when we take steps and we are scared. And while you're about to take that leap, you would always feel that ये मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, इतना बड़ा risk क्यों ले रहा हूँ, इतना बड़ा risk क्यों ले रही हूँ, and you would have all those thoughts. But once you are in that process, you will realize once your dreams have attached with it, that it's a beautiful experience to be. And guess what I did again? I got married after 2 months, as mentioned, and I went again to skydive after a year. Again to Vegas, again to the same place, and everyone was so surprised that पहले ही करना इतना मुश्किल था. Why did you go for the second time? अब तो शादी हो गई है, अब तो खत्म हो गया सब कुछ, अब तो in-laws आ गए, अब तो एक husband आ गया, तो अब मैं इसलिए कर रही हूँ कि maybe God has another plan, so let me feel it again. So jokes apart, I started. I'm born and brought up in Dubai. I had a very crazy childhood. I was very naughty. I was very adventurous, very rebellious kind. I would just, for the sake of feeling, what would happen, I would just throw the eggs on neighbor's balcony just to see if I have a name. Because I saw that in a movie and I thought it's something fun to do. And the Dubai municipality people came and they would find my parents big time. I would do crazy things, really crazy things. And how many of you have actually got spankings in your life? Oh my God, that's not even 50%, really. Okay, I would get severe punishments, severe spankings, I mean severe things. And I still wouldn't give up. So the person in me would still keep trying different activities, still keep doing different adventures. Most of the adventures I've done in my life, my parents don't know, or they would know years later. When I was doing skydive, I never told my fiance. So I told him after I landed. So that's the crazy part in me, that when I want to do it, I'll do it. So I would have that kind of childhood, and you will realize it later that how important it is that once you have these crazy ideas and you do it, and you get in trouble, get punishments, and then do again. This will teach you not to give up. That, if you are on to something, still do it and still have those aims and dreams in your life. So I studied from London Metropolitan University, and what happened at that time was that when I finished my first year, my father was diagnosed of cancer. And in Dubai, the rules are such, and because he was a part of government organization, so there were such rules that, there will be a bit of coverage for 3 months or so, because we are of course not UAE and Emirati passport holders. So for a few months they will cover it, and then of course there's going to be a huge deduction from salary because you're not working, you are somewhere, and the cancer takes a longer time. So I had an idea that I will have to work, and I was very young, I was just 18. So I went off to have a lot of interviews without any idea that what I'm about to do. Have my university in the evening, in the morning I would look out for jobs. I had 28 failed interviews in 3 months. 28. And I get really surprised when I hear the youth कि मैं 3 interview दे चुका हूँ, मेरा कुछ नहीं हुआ अभी तक. I'm very surprised. Because this was one part where I would say that if I had an aim that I have to get into an organization that would get me to the path of my career of what I'm studying, then no failure or no rejections could come on the way. So I remember that every time I would give an interview, I would come out, I would follow up the one day or the next, and I would come to know that they've selected someone else, because I was very young and nobody could think, the people who were taking interview had an idea that she might not be that serious, she might leave it, she's just a college student trying to have a pay in her pocket for this and all. So, but when I got my first opportunity, which was with Intersoft, at that time I remember that within couple of months, I strived and I made my career path. So I was 19 and a half, and we were passing by Dubai Internet City, Dubai Media City, and I told my mother that Ammi मैं एक दिन यहाँ पे काम करूँगी. And there was Microsoft, Cisco, Canon, and IBM and all that. And Ammi kissed my forehead and said, Inshallah. At that time, I had no idea that I would land up there, but I knew one thing. In my very first job, within couple of months, I sketched my plan. I put an age next to it. I knew that I have to work hard to reach where I want to go. And what I did was, there was a distribution company called Tech Data, and it's very well known. It's world's one of the biggest distribution company in IT in Canada and all. They've closed their operations in Middle East when the Iraq war was happening, so they shut it off. But at that time, I got into Tech Data. And when I was in Tech Data, 11 and a half months, I was headhunted and I was hired by Microsoft. And I have no idea that which call it was, because they used to headhunt young people at that time for their region. So they would not really, they call you for interview later, but they would first do some mock calls or have some calls made from their distributions or partners to see how exactly the person talks and handles an issue. While I was in Microsoft, what I learned was dreams come true, because it was the first building that I showed my mom. And I had no idea that out of which buildings which organization or which MNC is going to hire me. And while I was there was a crazy incident that I did, which was in Lebanon, and it was zip fall. This was the day when I knew that when you are asked to take the jump, it gets tough. You always need somebody to push you from behind. So this particular thing happened when the zip fall was happening. And when I went for Microsoft's interview, there's one more thing I want to tell you. Have you watched the movie Partner? The Hindi movie, Salman Khan and Govinda. How many of you watched? So I know how it can relate. Okay, so I went for interview and I had a mentor at that time who was in tech data. And that mentor told me, Erum, yaar, koi baat nahi, 4,000 mil rahi hai, 12,000 pitch karna wahan pe. We are talking about dirhams, okay? And I'm 20 years old, 21 almost. And I was like, no, these are not the salaries. You don't get these salaries. And that time the average salary was actually 3,000. So I said, no, this can't be done. He said, no, go for it, yaar. It's Microsoft. They will give you this salary. Go ahead with it. And I was there in the interview. I cleared first level, second level, third level with the director. Finally, with the HR, when the conversation was happening, she said, you know, the salary, this is the range between 6 to 8. And we are going to start from the beginning because this is your very second job. You have just hardly worked for 2 years. And I went, no, I'm going to go for 12. Why? But you are working for tech data, you are getting 4, we know how much you're getting because they headhunt, they know what's happening. Still, this is what I do, this is what I'm bringing, these are my ambitions, this is the character that I have, this is what I'm going to get to your team. So I am going to get 12K, so please think about it and get back to me. And I left, and while driving from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, to my home city, I called this person, and in Partner movie there is a scene where Govinda, he resigns, and he comes into the room and starts crying, ये मैंने क्या कर दिया, ये मैंने क्या कर दिया, मोहब्बत के बारे पेट में लात मार दी. And I had that situation, the movie came later. I had that situation. And I cried on the way that I like you, sir. I really follow you. You're my mentor. लेकिन ये क्या कर दिया मैं आपकी बातों में क्यों आ गई? I should have given a thought that you have never been to Microsoft. You have never worked in Microsoft. Why did I listen to you? And I had that cry all the way. And I was so close within 2 days to give a call back to HR and say कि 2,000 कम में मुझे रख लो. But it is Microsoft. It's my dream job. And when the movie was released, that mentor called me up and he said, "Tumhara scene aaya hai iske andar." So it was seriously, that was my scene. And Microsoft called me and said that, listen, we are going beyond our budget. We'll give you 10. And after probation of 6 months, we'll increase it to 11. But let's work it out, please. We want you in our team. So I think I deserve a round of applause on that. I was the youngest account manager in this team of Microsoft. I was the only Pakistani girl over there with 17 other nationalities. A beautiful experience that showed me what diversity is. And Microsoft was the biggest place that showed me that age doesn't matter. And thank you. Age doesn't matter. You need to come with the right energy to be with the right people. So when we are hiring people and when we talk about, you know, ye age honi chahiye, I usually have a clash with those people. Age should not be a number. Number of years of experience should not be a number. Meet the people, see the character of that person, and then decide whether you want to hire them or not based on their aptitude and attitude. After Microsoft, I was again headhunted by Cisco. And Cisco hired me in Dubai to handle their Pakistan and Nepal region at that time. What I love about Cisco was everyone in Cisco was grey color. Seniors, suicidal. When you talk to anyone, because Cisco is well known for having very pressured numbers, very pressured business, tight timelines. Cisco had a wonderful range around between 2010 to 2020. There was a beautiful range. They were part of FIFA, they were part of a lot of things. So there was a lot of pressure going on. So the first 1 week when I saw Cisco, सब grey suit पहनते थे, सबके जेल लगे होते थे, सुबह सुबह एक बड़ा बड़ा black coffee everybody would have and very serious, and हर थोड़ी देर में, you know, they would have a serious talk around a project. In Microsoft we had breakfast morning and we would have colorful, you know, clothes, and everybody would you know, have fun, have a bit of a drink here and there, then walk. Then we had Xbox, we had table tennis, we had a gym. यहाँ पे आई, it was so suicidal, I can't tell you. But I was known as someone who changed the norm in my team. So I would be the one in the morning who would crack some jokes. I would go and say कि देखो तुम्हें खुदकुशी करनी है ना मुझे पहले बताना. But don't worry, ये project आ जाएगा. So I would use those statements, and then I became part of youth training. So I would call in young people from university, share with them how to do the CS for Cisco. So I've been a part of a lot of activities in Cisco, and I spent very good 5.5 years. So while the recession was happening, in fact at that time I became Cisco US employee. So I was hired, I was a full-time Cisco employee at that time, whereas in Middle East most of the people are contracted. So I had a great time in Cisco. There were challenges, of course, looking at the age, looking at the market, male dominance and all that. And Dubai, it's similar everywhere. Little lesser than Pakistan, but it's very similar. However, what I have seen is that wherever I went, I looked for good mentors. I've always looked for good mentors in my career, whether it's here or other industries. And people genuinely support you when you ask for help. When you step into the room and say that, listen, what, I'm new here. So just help me around if there is a mistake, just let me know. Instead of this, I know better than you, so listen to my proposal. I've always seen that when you are humble and when you're honest with your language, it really makes wonders. It creates wonders. I have friends who are GMs, presidents, VPs, because I would walk into their room with a problem by not saying that something has gone wrong with my project. I would say, listen, have I done something wrong here? Can you have a look at it? And they put in their personal friendship while they're looking at it. They get empathetic with you. So character, the way you handle a situation, that's also very important. Do not be too straight that I know this is this department's problem, they have done it. Go along like a team and work with them. My wonderful experience with Cisco has shared that, because there are a lot of departments, and when you work with 3 regions, changed 4 positions, shifted from contractual to headcount, it really taught me a lot. And plus it's Cisco. And now Cisco has been marked up that, the employees are 80% happier in Cisco. It was one of the companies who before COVID started giving them remote options. So be happy wherever you are, sit over there, have your work done closer to the customer site. Have a meeting at the coffee shop over there. You don't really need to do a 9 to 6. It's one of the very initial companies that have done that. So I really enjoyed my time up there. And while I was in Cisco, that was the time when I went again for skydive twice. I had been to Malaysia. I have taken up snakes in my next around. I was chased by monkeys, by the way, in Langkawi. So my friend, while we were walking, she was teasing some monkeys with some stuff. And then I said, yeah, let's go back towards the boat because we were doing island hopping. And suddenly while I was walking, she just came with a speed of 80 miles per hour. ऐसे करके ये दौड़ के गई मेरे बराबर से. And I was like, ये क्या हुआ? I've never seen her run. And when I looked behind, on the floor and on the trees, at least 12 monkeys were there. And I ran for my life. And then I passed by her. That was the day when my athletic running came off. Usain Bolt bhi hota us din gaya tha. So I ran past by her, and the way I reached to the boat. So when I think of these animals, I don't put monkeys. It scares me off. I get palpitations, but that was one. I had bungee jumping in Turkey. That was again when I was in Cisco. I've done dragon boats. So wonderful experiences that I had while I was in Cisco. And then, once I wrapped up from Cisco, I started my own startup, which was Fix on Click in Dubai. And boy, everyone should do a startup. Everyone should do a startup. It really changes you as a person. It changes you, really step into the shoes of the most empathetic person in the world, and that's the person who leads an organization, who has to take care of salaries of everyone, take care of business. It's a beautiful experience. I can write a book on what not to do when you do a startup. I've done so many mistakes, and I really talk to people about it, that don't do these mistakes while you're in a startup. Lots of things that you get emotional with, and you get over the board by taking some wrong decisions, and I've done that. And one of the experiences that I have is, now I'm not saying it's a wrong experience, is that my husband was my partner. So he was the technical mind, he was the mastermind, he was everything behind it, very technical. And I was the person who was more onto the marketing side, the business side, the HR, the ISO certifications and stuff. और हमारा एक clash आता था. How many programmers are here? Anyone who understands program language? So I used to go to him and say कि यार एक button ही तो लगाना है. क्या मसला है? एक बुलेट ही तो खाली बटन ही तो करना है ऐप में, and we would have very long time discussing that it's not that easy. Hang on woman, because front level पे from front end I used to take care of UXI also, so I said it's very easy, just put it up here, कल तक कर दो, customer is giving feedback, एक बटन ही तो है. So when you're working with your partner, the best thing is that creates more friendship. Of course, you sleep with them, you get up with them, you go to office with them, you come back home with them. Dil karta hai ki, let's take a break. But that really creates a lot of friendship. And I think me and my husband got real close and understanding at that time, and that has changed the dynamics of our relationship. And what I have done, wait a minute, go back. So what I've done here is that, of course, I said in book what not to write. You have to be adaptive. You have to understand the feelings of your employees. Over here, there is one thing. I have one thing that I noticed at that time was it's some young people that I hired in my organization. Third month पे उनमें से एक है यशवंत. I really take his name because I want to tell him that I haven't forgotten him. He came up to me and said, "Okay, I am thinking of leaving." And why is that? Is there a problem? Something? I'm not bringing an impact. So this is the organization, the startup taught me that how changed in dynamics we have become as people. So we were thinking that everything takes time. When you implement something, it takes you 1 to 2 years, 3 years. But apparently because of so much of dopamine and using social media, we have become such that we want to see that if I have been hired in an organization, then probably by 3 months the startup should have taken off, or I should have been the head of the department. That really taught me that what kind of generation next is coming up, and this is what we should expect. So I should be changing myself to handle those kind of concerns that they have. So this is one thing. Of course, team dynamics hai, persistence hai. Atomic habits would really make a difference, but getting short on time. So probably for some other day, because I can have a whole session on that, how much 1% difference if you make every day can change to 37.7 times for the year. So how one small habit that you do every day will change, and when running a startup, that habit really makes a difference. And then I was hired by IBM in Pakistan. So it was a wonderful project. We came up here. I went to Karachi for my back office for Fix on Click. It didn't really work out well, probably because the difference of living brought up in Abu Dhabi and Karachi is very fast. Too faster than Dubai, by the way. So I came to Islamabad, and Islamabad was subtle, more like LA and Abu Dhabi. I really gelled inside, and COVID came. So hats off to COVID, that agar mujhe thought aata bhi, after 2-3 months to leave, I was stuck. So I got embedded in there. And what I loved at that time was, between IBM and COVID, was that families are so important. And I'm not saying just mother, father, brothers, sisters. Family is the people that you make up in your life. They could be your ex-employer, it could be your ex-colleagues, it could be your neighbor, it could be a friend, a new friend, but they become a part of your tribe, and you make up tribes, and they're very important. And COVID was the time when we really realized that who are two friends. When you got COVID, your neighbors would start sending food, somebody would come and take care of your kids, that you would take care of your. So many things, so many miracles have happened in COVID that made us realize that how important it is. Of course, we were all very adaptive, and depression is deadly. Personally experienced. I do have a speech on that, which has won on a couple of levels in Toastmasters International. It was very specific around a friend who attempted to suicide, and we didn't even know, because postpartum depression came in, family was not close by, people were not helping, and how badly it affects you. And I think COVID was a time when people started talking about depression. It is still taboo, but we still had some people talk about it, that how it affected our mental health at that time. And of course, when we are not meeting each other, then we had to take care of our words. We had to take care of our facial expressions over Zoom. So there were a lot of things that we started focusing on, which we were taking for granted before. And in old books, it was very well known seen that 75% body language ab वापस हो गई है. But at COVID times, we have seen the value of right words, because we had to write more, chat more, meet less. Ab chai bana ke you can't have a difficult conversation. You have over the phone, you had to have it over a chat. So that time it was really realized that how important it is to have a treasure, a whole sandook of beautiful words with you, so that you can share them at the right time. and you have to be always prepared for crisis. I think now, while one day we had a difficult day with Iran, we all had a thought around that, what if crisis comes again? We had issues with the elections, the Palestine thing happening. We're always having in the back of our mind to prepare ourselves for crisis. So that's the good thing that COVID has done with us. And after COVID, after IBM, I was with Schneider. And Schneider was my last organization here, where I really loved the fact that the support was again amazing, challenges were there. I was the first female to be hired in Schneider for the role of APC for handling up the solutions for data center. And I was the first one who was the sales manager for 3 locations out there. The importance of teamwork, the importance of demand challenges and all was seen. And I used to do one thing in Schneider because ab itna experience ho gaya tha. So one thing that I did different in Schneider was I used to walk up to the team and say, give me your toughest customer. I want to go and meet them. So every customer who was pissed off with APC, with Schneider, with BTM systems, any customer who was angry, who was not placing order with us, I would go and meet them. And I actually came out of that after so many years of experience. I was so confident that I can meet anyone who's upset. Koi bhi hai. So this was my aim. This is exactly the way I worked in Schneider, that meeting up difficult people, and I would crack them. I would just crack them in the first meeting. So something had happened in all these years with so many rejections, with so many spankings and so many coming back to the main goal, that I finally cracked the part. And I am trying to write around it, talk about it, that it becomes very easy that you go and have a conversation with a difficult person. But tamiz aadmi ke saath mein conversation kar sakti thi, job related. I still can't do it with my in-laws. So lekin job related I can go have a talk. Have that conversation with them. And then finally, while I was in Fix on Click, I became part of Toastmasters. It changed my life. My brother was suffering from cancer. Very immediate we came to know, and apparently now we have realized that it's in our family. And I was looking for something to do. I came to Toastmasters and I found people who had similar stories. So like Creative Mornings, we talk about, inspirations and all. In Toastmasters, when you hear the international speeches, they're really people like you who have been trying to fight, try again, fly, not failing. So that's when I joined Toastmasters, and I have been winning contest of club, area, division, district level. District means country level. And I have done contest in 4 countries. And in Pakistan last year, I was a winner of 2 categories out of, and the other two I was first place runner-up. So we call it like national winner of humorous and evaluation table topics international. This is what we say. So I have, this picture has lesser. So this is 39 trophies. Now I have 43 trophies with me. So I've won on different levels. This enabled me to have constructive conversation. I wish I joined here much earlier. I would have been in a better place. So this really helped me to have talks with anybody of any age. And it really helped me to evaluate better, how to give evaluation, constructive evaluation and feedback. So I'm very proud of this organization, and now I have been enabled to do talks around on TV, with media coverages, and with any kind of group that I can go up to. And then now, of course, I'm training. I'm a part of Android communications in Dubai and UK. So I'm the director of communications with them and learning. And if you ever have any training requirements, let me know. So I'm going to jump up to the activity. Aruj, how much time do I have?
So we have like
15 minutes? Great, great. 15 minutes is what we want. So I'm going to jump up to the activity. And today, while you all were filling up, we were talking about your mother tongue. And why did we talk about that? What's the theme of the day?
Native.
Native. Do you see any nativeness in my story? Would anybody like to comment? All right. Just please.
Okay, this is just my guess, but
Yeah.
I find you to be very warm and very hospitable. So maybe that's...
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. So I'll share it because it was supposed to be part of the slides, but I was too sleepy last night. So native is really connected to me because I was born and brought up, and I think home of a place which has never accepted me as to be their home, which is Dubai. And now that I have come back to Pakistan, I still feel an outsider. But the way how it is embracing me and making me a part of it is miraculous. So I think the place where I spent all my life, and it is my home, of course, my school, university, wedding, everything has been there. But still it will not be native as much as native Islamabad or Pakistan is going to be for me. So I think that that's the power of the land where your ancestors are from. That's the power of soil, the air, the plants that have on you, that you eventually feel that this is where I belong. So I'm very proud to be back to this country, and I would always touch base with Pakistan. So thank you. And what we did today was we asked you about your native language or your parents' language, your mother tongue, something that you know slightly, tribal tongue. And I was very proud to see that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 languages here. Please give a big round to yourself. And of course, we have one special language. So what I'm going to do, there is a task. I'm going to call randomly. I have a couple of names, and somewhere I'm going to take volunteering. So I'm going to give you one of the quotes from here, and you have to come up here and try translating that in your language, which language you have given to me, or something close to that. So there might be a nice muhavara in your own terms. So when you come here, we all have to repeat. We all have to repeat. So today we are going to try natively connecting to the other language, and if I see that not many mouths are working out, so I'm going to ask them to do again and again till I see that all of you are involved. So I'm going to first call someone who is just one person here, and that is the language of Balti. So there is Muhammad Jawad. Please give him a big hand. Mohammad Jawad, I want you कि आप अस्सलाम वालेकुम, thank you for coming and being unique. So Mohammad Jawad, आप मुझे अपनी language में बताएं, winners never quit, quitters never win. Try, take a second and then कर लें. Winners never quit, quitters never win. कोई और कहना है, कोई और मुहावरा जो विनिंग लूजिंग के पास हो, बट देन यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन दैट.
अच्छा, थोड़ा सा अपनी लैंग्वेज के बारे में भी हमें बताएं, जरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना.
बल्ती,
तो बल्ती लैंग्वेज ये स्कर्दू बल्तिस्तान में बोली जाती है, गिलगित बल्तिस्तान ये अलग रीजन है और बल्तिस्तान अलग रीजन है. तो ये उधर बोली जाती है, और तकरीबन ये
तिब्बतियन से हैं,
और नेपाल, भूटान और तिब्बत, करगिल, लद्दाख और बल्तिस्तान में बोली जाती है. बल्कि डिफरेंट डायलेक्ट्स है,
ब्रिलियंट,
मेनली यही बल्ती है. अभी मैं ट्रांसलेट
कर दिया. वो कह दें, मतलब हार मत मानना, हार मत मानना कभी.
आसान रखिएगा, हमने भी रिपीट करना है.
नामी जागलासां
नामी जगलसा, क्या उसका क्या मतलब है?
कभी भी.
अच्छा, कभी भी, इतना लंबा कभी भी है. कभी हार नहीं मानना. अच्छा, आप गिव इट अ थॉट और आप दोबारा आ जाए. आपको पसीना आना शुरू हो गया. प्लीज़ गिव हिम अ बिग हैंड. और आप टोस्ट मास्टर्स ज्वाइन करें. वहाँ पे बैठे हुए वो अच्छे डोले वाले साहब है वहाँ पे, हसन अकरम, उनसे कांटेक्ट करें आप. अच्छा जी, so I'm going to call. So there are 3 people who have given Pashto as their mother tongue. There is Sarmat, Bilal, and Jawad. Any one of them, please. I'm going to give you a statement. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Anyone who's ready can come from these 3. Pashto के लिए. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. मुश्किल लग रहा है. फिर इसका कर लें. It always seems impossible until it's done. कोई भी मुहावरा कर दे सक्सेस से रिलेटेड. सही लग रहा है?
कन्वर्ट कर लो, टाइम लगेगा. पिंडी के रहने वालों. दागा हर टाइम चले ताज़ नामुमकिन बलगी होचे unless you
He said hoche bola. He said hoche. This much I understand.
ना मावेला छे it always feel impossible कम यार एक तो उसको भी मैंने पश्तो में करना है वर्ड मेरी पश्तो और इंग्लिश मिक्स हो जाती है
कोई मुहावरा कह दें, आसान मुहावरा कोई। Yes.
कोई लोकल मुहावरा जैसे
तो लोकल मुहावरा तो नहीं होगा, वो ये चीज़ होगी कि एक छोटा सा एक खुलिया है जो अक्सर मैं यूज़ करता हूँ और वो कहते हैं, वो मैं इसको बताने के लिए बोलता हूँ कि ऐसा नहीं करना है आपने।
ठीक है।
तो वो ये चीज़ होती है कि मीम जरमा टोले जमा। मीम जरमा ये शाम भी होगा, आप बोल भी सकते हैं।
मीम जरमा
टोले जमा।
टोले जमा।
टोले जमा। अब इसका मतलब ये है कि आपने किसी भी जगह पे कोई भी काम कर रहे हैं, बिजनेस से रिलेटेड अगर हो ना, तो अगर कोई काम कर रहे हैं तो शेयरिंग में आप ज़्यादा अच्छा ग्रो कर सकते हो, आगे बढ़ सकते हो।
शेयरिंग
इज केयरिंग। अगर आप ये कहते हैं ना कि मीम जरमा बेसिकली उसमें होता है, लेकिन टोले जमा बेसिक चीज़ है कि सब कुछ जो है ना मैं ले
साथ लेके चलो।
ये सारा का सारा मैंने कमाया तो सारा का सारा मैं रख लूँ, मैं तनख्वाह नहीं दूंगा, मैं किसी को कमीशन नहीं दूंगा, मैं किसी के साथ ज्वाइन नहीं करूंगा इस चीज़ में, क्योंकि सारा का सारा कमीशन है मेरे पास आना चाहिए।
चले ठीक है। Say it again. Say the statement again.
मीम जरमा
Meem zarma dole zama. I'm not hearing it. Say again.
मीम जरमा।
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's your name? जवाद।
है आपके पास ऐसा कोई
बल्ती में आ गया है कुछ ऐसा? अच्छा ले लें, एक मिनट मैं आपको बुलाती हूँ, आपने होल्ड करना है, ठीक है, बुलाती हूँ आपको। ओके, सो देयर इज Seraiki. Very interestingly, we have Sara, Dua, Naba, Azlan, and Fahad. Anyone have a thought over anything? Now, don't take pressure of translating. कोई भी अच्छा सा मुहावरा, कोई भी अच्छा सा idiom that you can come here and share and then explain it. So Sara, Dua, Naba, Azlan, Fahad. For Seraiki. तो करें ना, आ जाए आ जाए। अगर है कोई मुहावरा डांटने में, सुनने में करा हो, गिव इट अ थॉट। यू वांट टू गो, यू वांट टू ट्राई?
मुझे सराई सही तरह नहीं आती, तो मतलब अगर कुछ गलती हो तो उसकी खैर
वो कौन पकड़ेगा?
क्योंकि मैं उर्दू बोलता रहता हूँ।
ठीक है, गिव इट अ शॉट, गिव इट अ शॉट।
जब किसी को हम कहते हैं कि आराम से बैठो, मतलब कोई शरारत करो तो आराम से बैठ जाओ आप, तो कहते हैं आराम करके बा। आराम करके बा। एवरीवन। इसकी वजह ये मैं भी सही तरह नहीं बोल रहा, लेकिन समझ तो आ ही गई होगी। आराम करके बा। कम। थैंक यू सो मच। व्हाट्स योर नेम? अजलान।
अजलान, थैंक यू। कम ओवर। व्हाट्स योर नेम? Maria. Come on.
Okay. My mother used to say this a lot, and it's go numili go jine o te unuo.
Very nice. Now let's try. Give it a pause. Go.
Go numili go jime o te ume o. It's like
It sounds nice. What does it mean?
Because if someone marries someone and they're just like them, so my mother used to say on that कि जैसा वो बंदा है वैसे ही उसे आगे से
Wow, nice, really nice. Okay, we need to repeat. So बीच में रोकिएगा.
Go means
नहीं, मतलब एक दफा बोलें ताकि हम रिपीट करें.
So this go numili go.
Go numili go.
Dive o te unne o.
Divi o te unne o. Very nice. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you. Wonderful. Saraiki is ticked off. So we have Chitrali, Zubair Ahmad. ज़ुबैर अहमद, कुछ है दिमाग में, माइंड में है कुछ दिमाग में? कम हियर, जल्दी से बोलें एंड लेट्स डू इट क्विकली। आप बस आके द स्टेटमेंट बोलें, शेयर द ट्रांसलेशन एंड वी रिपीट।
अच्छा, ऊपर जो है डू ग्रेट वर्क इज टू लव व्हाट यू डू, कहती कि कोरबो कोरोस्टाओ हार्जियार करे,
यही सेम ट्रांसलेशन है। वंडरफुल। द ट्रांसलेशन इज द ओनली वे टू डू ग्रेट वर्क इज टू लव व्हाट यू डू। प्लीज रिपीट ताकि हम बोल सकें।
कहती कि कोरबो कोरोस्टाओ।
नहीं, कम।
अच्छा, कहती की का मतलब है किसी भी। कहती
की आगे।
कहती की कोरमो, कोरम का मतलब है काम।
कोरमो।
कोरोस्टाओ अगर आप कर रहे हैं।
कोरोस्टाओ।
हाँ, कोरोस्टाओ हर दियार करे, तो इसका मतलब
हर दियार करें। अब एक साथ रुक के बोलिएगा।
कहती कि कोरमो
कहती कि कोरमो करश्ताओ
हरदियार करे
हरदियात करे. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Not a single word, not a single word I could use as a hint. Okay, whenever we couldn't. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Zubair. And now I would like to call Balti. आप जब भी ready, sorry Balti नहीं. जवाद आप जब भी ready है हाथ उठाना है. Ready है? आ जाए जल्दी से आ जाए, जल्दी से आ जाए. Please give him a big hand for trying again. बताएं जी.
Gelkan namisang hami men, hankan namisang gelbi men.
क्या? What does it mean?
यही इतने winner never quits and
Really? इतना लंबा?
जी.
Oh nice. Okay, let's do it. अब pause लेंगे, ठीक है?
Gelkan
Gelkan
namisang
namisa
hami men,
pami men
hankan
pankan
namisang
namisa
gelbi men.
Realme men. Wonderful. Thank you so much, so much. So we had a touch with an international because it was Tibet, Nepalis and all that. Okay, now I would like to call someone from sign language that who would like to volunteer. Any idiom, anything that could be translated in English or Urdu.
We also have some graduates from last event जिन्होंने sign language सीखी थी.
Oh nice. Somebody would like to try? Come here. Please give him a big hand. What's his name? Aliyan. Aliyan, please. Ready? Okay. Then take this. Yeah.
बहुत अच्छा लगा इस पूरे इवेंट में. तो मुझे डेफिनेटली कम्युनिटी जो बहुत ज़्यादा हमें हेल्प करती है एवरीथिंग. सो या लेट मी एक्सप्लेन व्हाट वी डू. Okay. Sure, this is too long. Okay, so this is डरना नहीं.
कैसे?
डरना नहीं,
डरना नहीं,
कोशिश करना और डरना नहीं, कोशिश करना और मजबूत बनना.
Again, please. Okay, slowly.
डरना नहीं, मैं कोशिश करता रहूँगा और मजबूत बनूँगा.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, so this is love you in sign language.
Woo! Thank you so much. Thank you. Beautiful. Please give him a big hand. Wonderful. So did you enjoy this one? I really liked it. Okay, so I'm going to now quickly call Hinko people, and that is Khayyam, Sajid, Jawad. Is there anyone else for Hinko? Khayyam, Sajid and Jawad. I think it's our cameraman. Come on. Please give him a big hand. Jawad. Any statement, pressure null in translation ka any statement. Walaikum salam.
जैसे हम कोई एक गलती से फर्ज करें कोई मैं गलती करता हूँ सेम वही गलती करता है ना उनमें दूसरे को ब्लेम कर रहा होता हूँ तो मेरी पापा इसे कहती रहती हैं छानी कूजे को आती है तेरे भी दो मोरे छानी का तो पता है किसे
छानी का
वो कूजा होता है उसमें दो सुराख होते हैं वो कहते हैं छानी कूजे को कह रही है कि तुम्हारे
Oh nice, very nice. Okay, let's repeat. Wonderful.
छानी कूजे आती है
Chani chooza apni hai.
तेरे भी दो मोरे
Tere vish do mole. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful. So I've got someone. I'm left with Sahiwal. Sahiwal Punjabi. It's not a language, it's a place. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Potwari. No, not Patwari. I was corrected, by the way. It's not Patwari, it's Potwari. Please come quickly. Come on, please give him a big hand. कोई slang statement ही कह दें. Anything.
I'm not very good at it, but okay, I'll try.
No, the घर में जो डांट पिटती है, any of those.
Okay, so it goes something like थोड़ा दिमाग खराब हो ही रहा है.
So we can take this with us. Yeah.
ये तो your personal language.
मेरी होती है इस पे. It goes like
ਤੁਹਾਡਾ दिमाग
खराब हो ही रहा है.
खराब हो ही रहा.
हो ही रहा.
Okay, thank you so much. What's your name? Arish, thank you so much. So when I told Arish कि जो घर पे सुनते हैं वही बोलते हैं, he literally came with that. Thank you, Arish. And we are done with Pashto, Saraiki, Chitrairi, Balti, Hinko, Sahiwal, I'm sorry, I wrote over there, and Potwari bhi ho gaya. So I would now like to call someone for Punjabi. Who would like to volunteer? Please come. Please give a big hand. डेट हो ज़रा, ठीक है, अच्छी हैवी वाली.
नहीं हैवी वाली नहीं, मैं थोड़ा सा लर्निंग वाली.
ठीक है. ओके.
दिस इज़ अ मुहावरा जो कि रिप्रेजेंट करता है हमारी डेली लाइफ्स को और हमारे कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर्स के अंदर भी, कि हम किस तरह से काम करवाने के लिए उनकी तारीफ़ें करते हैं. सो दिस इज सेम. मतलब होवे तो नूर मोहम्मद, ना होवे तो नूरा.
मतलब होवे तो नूर मोहम्मद. यस, नाइस. लेट्स रिपीट. या
मतलब होवे तो नूर मोहम्मद,
मतलब होवे तो नूर मोहम्मद,
ना होवे तो नूरा.
ना होवे तो नूरा. दिस इज नाइस.
किसी से काम नहीं है तो आप उसको जो है ना वो ऐसे ही ओए आए करके लाते हैं. एक दफ़ा को किसी का काम होता है तो उसको ऐसे सर जी सलाम अलैकुम.
वेरी नाइस. थैंक यू सो मच. एक वो भी बड़ा अच्छा लगता है मुझे, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ कुत्ता. What is that? साडा कुत्ता ਤੁਹਾਡਾ कुत्ता टॉमी. ये भी पंजाबी है, right? Okay. So one last one which was very unique. So while asking about mother tongues and all, the Punjabi भी सुना, Urdu भी सुना. One person said that his father's side is from Iran. So you're going to get a Persian statement from there. Arsalan Ali, please give him a hand.
भाई दादी जो है, मेरे दादा ने दूसरी शादी की थी, तो वो ईरान से लेके आए थे और वो कहते हैं बहुत छोटी थी उस वक्त. जब वो यहाँ आ गई तो उसके बाद उन्होंने पंजाबी सीख ली और सारी ज़िंदगी उनकी पंजाबी की जो मुहावरे थे वो शायद फारसी से बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छे थे. लेकिन अभी चूँकि पंजाबी हो चुकी है तो मैं फारसी का एक मुझे याद है. आप लोगों में से कितने लोग हैं जो घर में सबसे छोटे हैं? ठीक है, आपने बुरा नहीं बनाना. वैसे आपके फायदे के लिए, लेकिन थोड़ा बुरा लगेगा शुरू में. फारसी में कहते हैं सक बॉश बरादर है और मबॉश. इसका मतलब ये है कि आप कुत्ते होते हैं पर सबसे छोटे ना हो.
You have to repeat.
एक शादी का बात आप बोलेंगे, लेकिन आप लोगों ने बहुत दबाया छोटों को. जब आपकी सजा है, तो इसलिए आप रिपीट करें. सक बॉश बरादर है खोर
ना बॉश. Thank you. Please give a big hand. Yes, please.
Okay, so I came late, so I didn't write there, but like we're from Gilgit, और we know two languages there. One is Shina and one is Rusheski. Okay. Rusheski जो है हुंजा, नगर और इस वाली रीजन में ज़्यादा बोली जाती है. और मैं थोड़ा सा don't wait for the opportunity, create it. ठीक है. So I'm not going to do direct translation, but sort of ये हमारे Rusheski में ही इसका like एक similar मुहावरा है. So it goes like this. Sagam kha shapik hatuchibi dura tasmila. Sagam kha shapik hatuchibi dura tasmila. मतलब
Okay.
सगम कहते हैं हमारे उधर जो पंकेटी होती है उसके ऊपर छत के ऊपर बड़ा सा बना होता है. ठीक है. तो वो उसका मुहावरा ये कि उस होल से खाना नहीं आता, आपको काम करना पड़ता है ऊपर से.
अच्छा.
मतलब खाना नहीं आता, आपको काम करना पड़ता है.
ठीक है. Wonderful. So let's start repeating.
सगम खान
शपी Achushibi,
Doro,
Doro, Etasvila. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, did you enjoy what you have done today? And do you have roundabout how many language did we touch base? 10 was with the sign language and 11th one is this one. So give yourself a big round of applause. And today we have had some contributions of bringing something native. So very quickly, can I have you come here that quickly, what have you brought something native from your city? Very quickly show it off. So have your things ready. Just show it off, tell your city and what is this called?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, my name is Samia. जी मैं लाहौर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ पंजाबियों को रिच कल्चर हमारा फूलों का और बागों का शहर लाहौर सो जब मुझे इन्होंने कहा कि आपने कुछ इस तरह की चीज़ जो कि रिप्रेजेंट करे आपके शहर को करना है कुछ खाना या कोई लैंग्वेज या कोई जो भी तो मुझे ये दुपट्टा जो है ना मुझे लगा कि ये फूलों का और रंगों का
Thank you so much. Thank you. So there is Rangeen Lahore over here. Who else? Somebody, a lot of people have brought. Please.
मैं कुछ लेके नहीं आया लेकिन एक स्टोरी है.
Story है. मैं आपको बुलाऊं फिर. Let there be. So anyone else who brought something?
I think you brought a shawl.
Somebody कुछ खाने का लेकर आया था कोई. वो क्या था? Please.
So my native town is Gujarat. लेकिन ये गुजरात से नहीं है. I wanted to represent our brothers from Pakistan. जिनकी कहानियाँ हम लोग इग्नोर कर देते हैं और उनको उनके राइट्स नहीं देते सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू रिप्रेजेंट देम क्योंकि यहाँ पे आई वुडंट सी एनीवन वेयरिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ शॉल्स इन इस्लामाबाद क्योंकि लोग इस तरह से देखते हैं कि लाइक ये कहाँ से उठ के आ गए हैं ये हमारे में से हैं भी कि नहीं सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू रिप्रेजेंट देम और ये जो शॉल है दिस इज ट्रेडिशनल शॉल फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And what do you want to share?
Yeah, Faisal.
Quickly, Faisal. Yeah, come. Your story.
अच्छा अस्सलाम वालेकुम. मैंने कहा कि मैं लेके कुछ नहीं आया मैं सेवर फूड का पैकेट लाने लगा था. बेसिकली हम इस्लामाबाद से हैं. मेरी अम्मी का जो गांव था जहाँ हम खड़े हुए थे इस जगह यहाँ पे था वो गाँव.
Oh, nice.
तो जब इस्लामाबाद बना था तो दे गॉट डिस्प्लेस्ड तो इधर लगे अभी भी इसकी बैक साइड पे रहती हैं तो सैदपुर ये वाले
Wow, nice. So he is probably the first person who is actual native Islamabadian. Please give him a big hand. And you will always see miracles happening when you connect to your roots, when you connect to your nativeness, when you connect to your soil. Just don't give up on your dreams. Soar high, think big, have large dreams. I always wanted to give my parents a house because when you live outside in Dubai, you're not able to make one. And I was able to make 3 properties at the age of 26. So I fulfilled my dream which I had for reaching 40 जो कि भी बहुत दूर हूँ मैं उससे तो but I did that much earlier because I was hungry for the goals. I was hungry for reaching out there. Thank you so much. If you want to connect with me you can get the contacts from Uruj and I hope you have enjoyed and learned something. Over to you Uruj. Thank you.